Hi everyone, we're still on the series of polynomials, and this time for this video we're going to talk about division of polynomials. So let's start with dividing a monomial by another monomial. So let's say we have x to the 6 y cubed divided by x to the 4th y to the 7th. So to divide this, we need to follow the law of exponent number 2, which is the quotient law. So for x, we have 6 minus 4 is 2. And for y, we have 3 minus 7 is negative 4. So in simplifying, because we have a negative exponent, so we have x squared over y to the 4th. So we get the reciprocal of this y raised to negative 4 to make it positive. Next example, let's have 9 x to the 4th y z to the 7th power divided by 3 x cubed y cubed z cubed. So let's do first the numerical coefficients. Negative 9 divided by 3. So that would be negative 3. Okay, and for x, we have 4 minus 3 is 1. All right, or we don't need to write that. For y, we have y to the 1st power minus 3 is negative 2. And for z, it's 7 minus 3. So z to the 4th power. So once again, this is not yet simplified because our y variable has an exponent of negative 2. And to get or to make this positive, we need to get the reciprocal of y raised to negative 2, which will be 1 over y squared. So the final answer is negative 3 x z or z to the 4th power over y squared. Okay, next example. Try to do this. 2a to the 8th power b to the 5th power divided by 6a to the 6th b. Okay, you may pause the video and then do that on your own. All right, let's check your answer. So let's start with the numerical coefficients. So 2 and 6 divided by 2. So this is 3 and this is 1. So we have 3 here in the denominator. For variable a, we have 8 minus 6 is 2. So we have a raised to the 2nd power. And for b, we have 5 minus 1 is 4. So the answer is a squared b to the 4th over 3. Okay, let's have 2x to the 0 power y cubed over x squared y squared. All right. So for numerical coefficient, it's just 2 over 1, so that's 2. And then for x, we know that any base raised to the 0 exponent will be equal to 1. So that's 1. And then for y, we have 3 over 2. So that's 3 minus 2 is y to the first power. So we only have y over x squared. So it will be 2 times 1 is 2y over x squared. So that's the answer. Our next example is 3xy squared over 4x to the fourth y raised to the second power. So in this case, let's distribute first the exponent, the power 2. So this is the power theorem or power law. So we have 3 squared x squared and y to the fourth power. So we distribute 2. So 3 raised to the first power. And then for x raised to the first power times 2. And then 2 over here. Okay. And we will do the same thing with the denominator. So 4 squared, because 1 times 2 is 2. For our x, we have 4 times 2 is 8. And for y, we have 1 times 2 is 2. Okay, let's simplify. So we have 3 squared is 9. X squared y to the fourth over 4 squared is 16. X to the 8th power y squared. And then let's apply division law for our exponents. 9 and 16, we cannot simplify that, so that's 9 and 16. And for our x, it's 2 minus 8, it's negative 6. And then for our y, will be 4 minus 2, is y squared. And then let's make x raised to negative 6 positive by getting the reciprocal. So it will go to our denominator. So x to the 6 here. So 9 y squared over 16 x to the 6 is our final answer. Next is, what if we have a polynomial divided by a monomial? So the first thing you need to do is to arrange the powers of the certain variable in descending order. So in this example, 24x to the fourth minus 8x squared plus 32. So the power or the exponents of x is already arranged in descending order, so there's no problem with that. And then what we need to do now is to divide each term of the polynomial by the monomial. So we have 24 x to the fourth divided by 8x plus, minus 8x squared divided by 8x plus 32 divided by 8x. And then we simplify each term by applying the laws of exponents. So for our first term, so 24 divided by 8 is 3. And 4 minus 1 for our variable x is 3. So we have 3x cubed minus, so 8 divided by 8 is 1. And for our variable x, we have 2 minus 1. So we have x raised to the first power. Okay. Plus 32 divided by 8 is 4. And we don't have anything with the x, so we just keep the variable x in the denominator. So we have 4 over x. Okay, next we have negative 9x cubed minus 18x to the fourth power plus 12x divided by negative 3x. So first check if the powers of exponents are arranged in descending order. So in this case, it's not. So let's arrange it and then divide each term by the monomial or the divisor, negative 3x. So in this case, we'll do negative 18x to the fourth first. So negative 18x to the fourth over negative 3x. And the next would be negative 9x cubed divided by negative 3x. And the last term would be positive 12x divided by negative 3x. Okay, then we apply the law of exponent or quotient law. So negative 18 over negative 3 is positive 6. For variable x, we have 4 minus 1. So we have x cubed. So 6x cubed. And the next term we have negative 9 divided by negative 3 is positive 3. And for variable x, we have 3 minus 1. So that's x raised to the second power. And last term would be 12 divided by negative 3 is negative 4. And then the x cancel out, or 1 minus 1 is 0. So nothing. X raised to 0 is equal to 1. So negative 4 times 1 is negative 4. So final answer is 6x cubed plus 3x squared minus 4.